Welcome to the Koso Konnections podcast, where the ancient art of Japanese fermentation science meets modern natural health. Embark with us on a journey of transformation, exploring age-old wellness practices through inspiring discussions, expert advice, and personal stories. Discover how these traditions can revolutionize your health and well-being today.
Hello everyone and welcome again to Koso Konnections, your go-to space where transformation meets truth. I'm your host, Nicka, and of course, I'm with my amazing co-hosts, Dr. Z, Karen Manzingo, and Jessica Hara. So today's story is one that will strike a chord with anyone who's ever felt like they were doing everything right and still not getting their system. Joining us today is an incredible couple, Shelley and Josh Celestine. Shelley is no stranger to the health and fitness world. She's been a personal trainer, competitor, and supplement expert. But what happened when she discovered Koso changed everything? Not only for her, but for her entire family. So hello, Shelley.
Hi.
Hi, Shelley. I'm so excited that you and Josh are here today. Shelley and I are new friends, and I'm meeting Josh for the first time today. But Shelley, I've heard you've been in the health industry for 10 years, which is amazing. But it sounds like even throughout your journey of being in the health industry, something still wasn't quite right with your health. And today we get to find out how that's changed with Koso Med. So I'm really excited for our podcast today.
And this isn't just Shelley's story. It's something she and Josh both experienced side by side. They didn't set out to overhaul their lives, but something shifted. And today we get to hear how that's played out in their home and day-to-day life.
Shelley, what's one thing you noticed when you started using Koso Med products?
The biggest thing I noticed was my energy level increased, the amount of ability to do my workouts with more just oomph in it was the biggest thing.
That's amazing. How about you, Josh?
When I first started using it, I didn't notice anything immediately, but it was during the winter months, and I've had a issue for most of my life where I would be sick for at least half of the winter months, and didn't get sick at all during these winter months.
Wow, that's amazing.
And when you first started using Koso Med products, what brought you to Koso Med? There was a lot going on in your life during that time, I feel like I remember you saying.
Yeah, I was really skeptical about it initially. I had a lot of going on with my work, and I was very busy with all of it, and I kind of kept putting it on the back burner. It was presented me a couple different times, and I finally just gave it a try. I looked at the ingredient lists and was really interested in how clean it was and how there was no added funky stuff into it. And I knew what all the things were on the list. So that's what really gave me that reason to go for it. And then the other thing was I was going through a lot of just like, with that being so busy, I was having a really hard time with anxiety and a lot of stuff like that. And I have found actually just recently more so that the Koso has really helped with my anxiety. I have less anxiety when I'm consistently taking all the Koso products than when I'm not. Like if I stop, it'll go off the charts and just be really hard. So it's definitely helped me in that way as well too.
That's amazing. I remember reading in your testimony something that really I felt personally that there's so many health products out there that you get to a point and so much disappointment to try something new, and then maybe you feel like this is the thing for a few days or a week or two, and then you're back to where you were before. And so for me, I can totally feel you there and being skeptical, just like, oh, another thing, right? How is this different than everything else that I've tried? Can you expand a little bit more on that experience?
Yeah. So, being in a supplement, I worked at a supplement store for a period of time, and we spent all day long looking at labels, reading labels, what was in each product, all the things. We also got a lot of trainings on the products. And with those trainings, we would get free product. So I tried all the cleanses. I mean, I shouldn't say all of them, but greens with the spirulina and all these different things. And it's supposed to do all these amazing things. And I never felt anything with them. And this is the first product I've ever tried that within just a day or two, I was noticing something. And they weren't always positive things. It was, detox initially, the symptoms of kind of a detox effect where you have, for me, it was headache and some different things like that. But I knew it was working. Like I knew there was something that it was doing something. And so, I mean, positive or negative, there was something happening. And then once I got through those effects, because I was like, I'm going to stay consistent with this because I know that that's what that is. That's that detox feel. And I'm being pretty in tune with my body. I just knew what that was. So it wasn't like, oh no, I have a headache, I have to stop taking this. It was, oh, I know what this is doing. So once I got done and through with it, it was like, wow, this is something. This is doing things. And it made a huge, like, just with that and just understanding those things was.
And Josh, you saw Shelley changing and everything before you even tried it yourself, right? So like what caught your attention most? Like what made you go for it after you're watching Shelley take this stuff from Japan that she's tried everything and now like what made you decide to try it?
This may sound a little odd. It was actually her digestion was better. I don't want to get more than just saying that, but it was better. And so I was like, oh, and she's had a digestive problem her whole life. So I was like, oh, there's something here.
So then you started taking them. What is it that you experienced? Like, what did you notice in your own body?
Okay, so I did notice the detox initially, and for me, it wasn't horrible. It was a headache, and I kind of just felt off a little bit for about, I don't know, a week. But after that, I noticed improved energy, improved my digestion was better. Like I said, I didn't get sick, which is, if you know me, I always get sick in the winter, and I hate it. I would spend at least half the months sick. Yeah, I didn't get sick at all. And then over a few month period, I started looking younger. The wrinkles around my eyes weren't as prevalent.
Wow. What I would love to know between the two of you, which is your favorite product that you're taking?
Ooh, that's so hard to pick just one because I feel like the Slender, the Bio 88, and the Super Drink work so well together that I feel like if I don't have one without, like if I'm taking just one of them, I'm missing something. Like it doesn't feel like something's right there. If I had to choose, I would say Bio 88. Definitely.
What about
Yeah,
you, Josh?
it would be Biopower 88 for me. Just to be honest, I haven't tried all of them, but the ones that I have tried, it's the Bio 88. I can't do without it now.
The ones that Shelley lets you touch, right? She's like, you're allowed to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but she's like keeping some over here, it sounds like.
You're going to need your own stash.
I truly love people who've been in the supplemental business. I adore them. I respect them. I have a lot of, I wouldn't even call it enviness because I don't work out. I do cardiovascular every day, but I do like the gym, if you know what I mean. I like the environment. And I always like to talk to people who go, well, I've tried this and I've tried that. And, for some reason, I'm not getting the results. So I tend to go towards the engineered stuff, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to mention it by name. And one of the things that I find out when I first talk about these particular health products and beauty products is people go, well, how does it work? And I always say the same thing. It works because it turns your light switches back on. And without explaining a lot of it, a lot of people don't realize that when they're born, lights are all on. All those switches, there's trillions of them. They're all on. And slowly but surely, we all get older. We go through our, our life cycle, and those light switches get turned off. And my joy is turning those light switches back on for people. And so when I meet people who've been in the supplemental business that go, I've done this and I've done that, and I go, oh, really? Don't look it. I don't know if you know what I meant by that. Okay. You just don't look it. I'm sorry. There's something not necessarily, and I don't want to be sarcastic, but in many ways, sometimes I have to be sarcastic. It's part of my work. You don't look it. You don't look the part. Something is not right. And then I look at you all, and I love that you all, because I was in Texas a few weeks ago. And I look at you all and I see this gleam and I see this glow, and without even guessing, and I would say, whether you've been on a gym or you've taken a short walk, you look the part. So the light switches are coming back on. As you progress in this journey, you'll find out that the different products switch on different lights. And I'm really happy that you like Bio 88, because Bio 88 is the catalyst that turns on the light switch. And there's others, as you'll learn, and you'll kind of do your own part as you get a little bit more progressing in this journey. You'll find out that certain foods or certain elements do things to the body that others do not. I mean, it's common sense, isn't it? The supplemental business and kind of burns everything and says, here it is. Here's this green powder. Take it. It's going to work after they burnt it. Well, I don't know about you guys, but if you burn something, I don't know what's left. And on the other hand, we have a lot of stuff in the marketplace that goes, well, okay, maybe this is really engineered stuff. Well, engineered stuff to me means something cooked up in a laboratory. So if you look at it from a common sense, everything that you're trying or everything that you're doing is working because it's not the belief, but you understand how the body works. And, you know, I used to watch Popeye, the Sailor Man, as a kid, and it was really quite easy to understand that if you eat a lot of spinach, you get stronger, right, Josh? You know what I mean? And when you stop eating vegetables and you stop eating all those things, what happens to your body? Now, I'm giving you a long speech because I'm giving you an opening for a short. Now that I've made my little speech, you know, the question for you would be this. Where would you recommend to others that were just in your shoes? Like, you know, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not maybe the world's expert, but I pretty much understand how everything works. And I'd like to tell you in as many words as you'd like to say what you would recommend to others that are out there going, well, I'm not sure. All yours now.
Well, in like the supplement fitness industry, I took lots of different muscle gaining supplements and, you know, this and that and this protein and that K, whatever, all the different things. You know, I could make a big giant list. And while some of them were effective, it was the amount that I had to take of different things to help gain muscle. And none of it really did that much. Like, you saw some improvement, but would that have made a difference with food? And with this, I feel like my body is using it, and it's just food. So I don't have to take all these weird, whatever this thing is over here, and that amino acid and that protein powder, and this one because it absorbs slower than that one, and this one because it absorbs faster than that one, and you have to take them at this time and this time and this time. It's just not that complicated, and I don't think it needs to be that complicated. And for some reason, it's been made that complicated in the fitness industry. So I would express that to other people who are kind of going, like, what? This is not working. And like, you know, what do I do next? Because there's always, honestly, in the fitness industry as well, they're always looking for something new. There's always something better. And that was also why I kind of got out of it, because I was like, there's never anything better. There's not anything better. So this is like, I love how this stuff works, like Koso works, that it's just feeding you, and my muscles and everything does respond better than taking 25 different other products.
Well, hubby, what do you think?
I've taken hundreds, maybe close to 1,000 different workout supplements, products, that kind of thing. I work out at least 2 hours a day, lifting, cardio, and I do it every day. I've done it every day for probably 20 years, easy. I actually need it. My body needs it. I have energy that needs to get out. And in all these products that I've taken, some of them are good, have helped in some areas, but they always have a lifespan and it's short.
Mm.
Another thing is yeah, they're processed, they're artificial, um, and over time the body just adapts to it. It's not as doesn't work as well, and then your body kind of breaks down a little bit over time because of it, and also because you need to be feeding the body in order for it to heal itself. Um, and then this is kind of like a duh moment. Like everybody should know this, but it was only about 8 or 10 months ago. I was listening to a podcast, and someone said, when you eat something, food is supposed to make you feel better. That's the purpose of food, to make you feel better. And I was like, oh yeah, duh. Like, of course this is. Because when I would eat food, at best, I would feel the same. Usually I'd feel worse. And that's
Right.
why for my entire life, I never ate vegetables because I always felt worse eating vegetables. Um,
Right.
but I did know, but here's the other thing. Historically, we know that for thousands of years, human beings have eaten meat, fruits, vegetables, and they've lived fairly well and healthy lives. Why are we not living that way? Why is there's all these issues? So I was like, there's the way that our food is being processed, given to us. There's things that are wrong with it. I knew some of the things that were wrong with it, but I also knew we have the capability to produce food in a large capacity that doesn't burn, destroy, take away those key nutrients that you need. And I was like, there's got to be something out there. Never found it, didn't know where it was at, but there had to be something out there. And then the Koso, she mentioned it one day, and I was like, oh, and she said it's from Japan. I was like, okay, well, the Japanese do things pretty well. Uh, and so I looked into it just a little bit, and then I watched her take it for a little bit. And I was like, there's something here. This might be the thing that I'm looking for. Let me try it. And it turned out, yeah, this is the thing I've been looking for. Um, and lastly, I will not take this again. It will be part of my diet for as long as I can get my hands on it.
I love that so much. That's
That's
amazing.
so special.
Well, we've worked together for a long time. I mean, he does, like with my other part of my business, all my shipping. And so we've had to have that communication together. But we met in the gym. And so having fitness and nutrition, and not so much nutrition, I was more the nutrition freak. And then I kind of started throwing it at him. And little by little, he's been like, okay, 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 okay. But I feel like it's great because it's something we're both passionate about taking care of our bodies, and we're teaching that also to our kids. And so it's like a unit that's teaching our children that as well. So that's how I feel about it.
Yes, Shelley and Josh, before we wrap up, let me ask you about this. If you could sum it up in one sentence, what's the biggest truth you have discovered about health, healing, or even yourself through this journey with Koso?
I could maintain or even improve my energy levels through the aging process as I've gotten older. I could see, yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. As you get older, your energy levels go down, but you're able to maintain and have better energy because of the products. That's really like very in tune with your body and your experience. It's really That's really interesting. Shelly?
That having proper nutrition from clean sources is extremely important to your health.
Wow, I love it.
I am so excited that we all got together today. And Shelley, I think, and even Josh, I think something that's really special that I took away from this is even if you're on a healthy track, so I think a lot of the time we find our friends who maybe aren't so healthy and then they introduce Koso, but you guys were already on that track. You were already going to the gym. You were already trying to eat healthy and find things that were good for your body, and you still saw a difference. And I think that's really magical and exciting to hear. I know I was moved by hearing what you guys had to say, and this was so awesome.
Yeah, I agree. It's really special and inspiring, really, to see how your family, both of you, are making an impact on your entire family, your children, and you're all seeing different benefits that your specific bodies needed by using the products. And yeah, it's not just like one person doing it. You guys get to all do it together and build something really special and take care of your health together. I really loved hearing your story.
Thank you.
Shelley and Josh, thank you both for showing us what real transformation looks like. Not just physically, but at every level, mind, body, and home. And to everyone listening, maybe you've been stuck, skeptical, or silently struggling. Let this be your sign. Let food be your medicine. Let healing be your journey. And let Koso be your connection. So until next time, stay grounded, stay well, and stay connected. Thank you.